Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Sorry these videos are getting posted a bit late. I did say this was going to be like a Stray Kids Sunday type of thing. And yeah, I've just had trouble finding the motivation to get started today. I've been tired, but anyway, I've missed a few Stray Kids releases. We had Giant, which was a Japanese comeback, and that's obviously what we're here for right now. There's also their Korean comeback, Walking on Water. Felix had a solo. I believe Bangchan had a solo as well. I'm not sure. I'll have to look it up after I'm done with all of these. And of course, we had the Stray Kids Christmas song in yesterday's playlist, Christmas Love. So a lot of activity from our boys right now. Stray Kids doesn't usually get very many views here on the channel, but I keep reacting to them because I enjoy them, and hopefully a couple of y'all do as well. So with all that being said, let's go check out Giant from Stray Kids. There's only Japanese subs, so I got lyrics over here. Okay, I'm digging this entrance so far.
People think I'm big, but I'm small. I satisfied with the goals.
Okay. The vocals, ooh, the rap flow coming in. Yes, sir. That's my dude. Felix's deep voice. Okay. Visuals. Yes, sir. Let's go. These vocals, this flow, the choreo. Love these powerful impact beats here. That was smooth. This is just cool, man. These chopped and screwed distortions here in the instrumental too. They're bringing in so much into this. Crushing worlds below. Yes, sir. Oh, that was it? I shouldn't say that was it. Like, that was a whole ass masterpiece. Dang. Like, that one, it wasn't even quite 3 minutes. It was almost there. But this is another one of those, like I've mentioned a couple of times recently, where it went basically the amount we would want it to, in terms of it being roughly a 3-minute song. But it doesn't feel like it was 3 minutes. Like, I feel like I want more. Oh, that was... Is it just me, or are the boys just getting better? Like, I like their early stuff. I don't love a lot of it, but I like it. But I've loved a lot of their stuff over the past... Probably since Maniac. Maybe even before that, but at least since then. Yeah, wow. Like I was saying, vocals, rap flow, choreo, instrumental, everything was just top notch in this one. I know this is their Japanese comeback, and the Korean comeback is coming up in the next video. But I gotta say, Walking on Water's got a tough hill to climb here if it wants to beat Giant. Now, I'm trying to think where I've put Giant in my head on their discography. That's a tough one. I'm not sure that I can fairly rank it on the first playthrough, but yeah, really liked it. Okay, so we're going to go back again, and I will follow along with the lyrics here. We'll point out a few things. There were a couple of things I wanted to point out in the video itself, too, so we'll look at those when they come up. And as we're starting, one of those themes that I want to point out is the fact that the name of the song is Giant, and we heard that line from Felix about crushing the world or something like that, but we saw quite a few times, we saw some like ant imagery, which is the opposite of being a giant. So I know that's going to have something to do with this, but I'm curious what it is. See, this is a swarm of ants right here. Now, hypothetically, I guess that could be the ant egg, one of them. This intro is just so hard. We're going to listen to it again, but also because I wanted to point something out right away. These hands coming from the shadows represent probably self-doubt maybe, or anxieties, possibly restrictions, maybe even that he's put on himself, but certainly that others have put on him. And it goes along with this line, people think I'm big, but I'm small. And the majority of him is in the dark here, which also plays on that theme. You know, people think I'm this big star, that like I'm this massive presence, but to me, like inside, maybe I've got that doubt. Maybe I'm hiding a little bit. Maybe I can't be that. So already a lot is packed into this first lyric and the first scene. Well, I guess technically it's the second scene. We saw the ant egg. All right, so next line, I ain't satisfied with the goals, and he's cutting into the wall, meaning he's trying to remove the obstacles. So whatever is holding him back, he's trying to break through it. Okay, looking at my dreams, still they grow, so not being content. All right, so things are holding him back, maybe, but he's breaking through it, and he realizes that even though his dreams might be big, they're still growing because they are still conquering. But this is the line that's making me laugh. They give my scale a name. So first off, we're talking about scale in size, right? So people think I'm big, but I'm small. So we're putting that on a scale. But he goes on to say, Do, Re, Mi, Fa, King Giant. So the scale's name, they give my scale a name, is King Giant. And that's in quotation marks here in the lyrics. So that's the official name of his scale. Of course, it's playing on the musical scale Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do. But the way they broke this down, Do, Re, Mi, fucking giant. Yeah, if you say it fast, obviously, fucking giant. So, really, just, wordplay on top there. Oh, I love that. All right, we're not even through, we're halfway through one verse, and I've managed to stop and be thrilled with every line so far. We can't keep that pace up. Yeah, so they're looking for the eggs here. It's like they're treasure hunting, but they're in like an ant colony, it seems, and like as a micro scale. But the rest of this verse was power is a weapon. My ears are open. I see it in my eyes. It's toxic. My capacity is so big. So, yeah, like I can get so much bigger than I am. And then Felix comes in with, I'm just like a working ant. but I'll overcome the pain and become a giant. So this is a song about being self-assured, but more importantly, finding that self-assuredness and pushing through tough times to reach goals. All right. I'm loving it. And also cinematically, we've got Felix here digging like an ant in the dirt here. So, okay, everything from the cinematic to the lyrics to the delivery has been top notch here in verse 1, and it doesn't slow down from there. Okay, again, they call us God of Gods, and what's he doing here? He's like a titan, which, let me back up. In ancient Greek mythology, we had the Titans, and one of the Titans, if I recall correctly, was named Atlas. I'm not positive that he was a Titan, but I think he was. The point is, Atlas is the mythological figure that's responsible for holding the world up on his shoulders. And so this scene is essentially him channeling Atlas and being the giant. And supporting essentially the world, but in this case, maybe that's supposed to be one of the big ant eggs or something like that. This power build-up. Okay, pre-chorus, to use our powers that we hold for their own desires, watch them explode. I feel like that is saying, like, if people try to take advantage of them, it's going to backfire. I'm known as a giant. No, I am, but I deny it. So they know the power they hold, but something still holds them back, whether it be their perception or whether it be the goals that they have set for themselves. Maybe the goals are so big that it still makes them look small, but they're still going to keep pushing through. We've got places to go. We've got places to flow. I'm not satisfied. I want it more. And there you go. Putting it in big, literally in this version of the lyrics, it's bold print here. I'm not satisfied. I want it more. That's the theme of the song right there. I'm gonna be massive. I'm a giant. I'm a giant. I'm a giant. It's actually funny we get that line. So I'm a giant crushing worlds below. So the image that they showed, which was reminiscent of Atlas supporting the world, is now juxtaposed with this line of crushing worlds below, the giant meaning a conqueror type. Like, their wordplay and their ability to use the same image on both sides of the coin is really nice. Brushing off the lows. So yeah, like, brushing off the lows, we're talking about, obviously, those hard times that come, and when we feel like we're at our lowest, it's okay. We're going to brush that off. We're going to keep moving on. Like, it's okay to be down a little bit, but it's how you get back up and keep going.
This game's easy to play. I carve up the sky with my hand like I said. Show me what typhoon.
Okay. Verse 2, nobody's up there. This game's easy to play. When he says nobody's up there, it almost makes it sound like, and this might be exactly what he's going for, but it almost makes it sound like, you know, we talk about the big man upstairs, especially if you're Christian or any of the Judaic religions where you believe in a higher power, God in this case. When they says nobody's up there, it makes me think that he's talking about, like, there's no higher power, so there's nobody guiding our fate but us, because he says this game's easy to play. Like, we can make our own rules. We can play how we want. I can cover the sky with my hand, like I said. Yeah, our sneeze is a typhoon. I chew. So obviously we know what a typhoon is, but this goes back to how massive they are. you know, whether they're giants, titans, whatever. Actually, their last Korean comeback, they had a song called Mountain, and that was a play on the Titans and the like conquering Olympus. But this entity, I was gonna call it divinity, but not really. But this entity is so massive. They are so massive that they can cause destruction, or in this case, a typhoon, with just the simplest of things like a sneeze. Anything they do is going to move the industry. Even if you're surrounded, you're not even in my eye, which is a really clever play on words here. So even if you're surrounded, you're not even in my eye, meaning even if I'm all around you, I don't even see you. You're nothing to me. You're not going to get in my way. But they're using that as if like a weather metaphor, typhoon in this case, or in America we would call it a hurricane. So the eye of the hurricane, the eye of the storm, and of course the storm surrounds the eye. It's rotating around the eye. Yeah, in that case, you're not even in. He's saying, like, sure, you might be in the middle of everything, but really you're so insignificant that you're not there at all. And then we play on that eye theme again with the next line. Okay, so I wasn't sure if there was more English there. I was going to let it play out, but a giant on the stage. So again, we're back to this massive presence in the industry and as they perform. The culprit with dilated pupils. So when your pupils are dilated, basically your eyes get big, which can happen for a lot of different reasons. I'm not going to go into all that, but that dilated pupils line, going back to the "you're not even in my eye." When physiologically, when your pupils dilate, it lets more light in, because it usually happens at dark, because your body adjusts to the lack of light by trying to let more light in so you can see. And so if his pupils are dilated, like I said, the eyes are bigger. And if you go back to that previous line, "you're not even in my eye," like even when he's on stage performing at his best, especially then, and his eyes are even bigger, you're still nothing. All right, a mountain of chips, an overwhelming advance. I feel like that is probably a poker reference, but I don't know. Sulking, bowing my head, now I'm mature, overcoming 20 hills, grand self-exploration. Now, 20 hills seems really specific. I don't know what this is a reference to. It's got to be a reference, though. But this grand self-exploration could really mean this entire song. Like, he's exploring his inner workings, right? So he's felt small at the beginning, and now we realize we got places to be, and now he's going after it. There's the ants again. And they've got powers here too, like look like telekinesis there. That right there was a really smooth transition. I don't know what this camera effect is called, but he literally disappears and a new member takes his place. Right here, you don't even catch it unless you freeze frame it, but it's like they distort it as the teleport, and then boom, he's replaced. That was smooth. Oh, hold on. I don't know if this is relevant, but this isn't just the ground. This is like a fingerprint. Okay, I see you. So the bridge here: cross the mountains, break all the pain, world's in my hands, We go overseas, our bodies become gigantic. The song's called Giant. They're talking about, because this is a Japanese comeback, so they're going overseas. And really, you could extrapolate that further into them going to America, Europe, whatever, but they're going overseas, and they're even bigger there, which is, as far as I know, that's actually true. And then the rest of this bridge, so I don't have to pause again. Tough, tough, I grin, but acquire no injuries. So we hear that phrase, grin and bear it, when you're going through a tough time. You just kind of, there's a lot of ways to play off of that, fake it till you make it, whatever. But they're going through the tough times, but not coming out of it scratch-free, unscathed. Even recklessness is courage, fearless, scarless, it's our palace. I don't know who did that little high note there to go along like with the harmony, but run, run, run before we come. Yeah. Like, you gotta get out of our way or they're gonna crush you. Don't step to the boys, man. Alright guys, that was Giant from Stray Kids, and as much as I loved it the first time, going through it and actually understanding the lyrics the second time, that was a masterpiece. Really liked this one. Hope you guys did too. But shout out to the Patreons. Appreciate you guys and your support. There's a link to the Patreon down in the description below. Feel free to check it out. There's stuff over there that we can't put here on the YouTube channel, like stuff that was blocked or survival shows. Some concerts are over there. There'll be more stuff coming in the not too distant future. For example, if you're a Dreamcatcher fan, Dreamcatcher is doing a Christmas Eve concert that I'll react to and put over there. So yeah, feel free to check that out. And also, patrons get access to guaranteed prioritized requests sent to the top of the queue every month. The link to that request queue is in the description below. Feel free to take a look. And then if you want to get to the top of that queue, but you don't want the Patreon benefits, then there's a link to PayPal where you can sponsor a one-time request that way. I think that's it. So I will see you guys for the next one. Take care till then.